優しい日本語の文法へようこそ。
皆さんこんにちは。今日は助数詞をもっと見てみましょ
う。In our first video, we had a brief look at what kinds of counters are used in Japanese, and here are those slides again to refresh your memory. Now, if you're thinking that looks fairly complicated, I'm afraid things are about to get a little bit worse because we're going to look at how we actually use those counting systems. There are some variations in the way we pronounce the numbers before some of these counters, so let's get on and have a look at that now. Now, most of you are probably fairly familiar with these numbers. This is generally how most people will count if they're just counting from 1 to 10. And you'll notice that we have a couple of options here down for 4 and 7. When we're using the counters, we generally use
4、
and
7、
for 4 and 7. Let's get on and see how these numbers work with the counters. Here we have some general counting numbers, days, people, months and hours, and we're going to start in here with the general numbers. These ones you just have to learn, I'm afraid, so you've got a bit of work ahead of you here. Now luckily with the general counters, once you get over 10, we're going back to our basic counting system. So for example, if you wanted to count 11 things, it's just
11。
You might notice some similarities between our general counters and these words that we use for counting days. When you're counting days, it's the same system as talking about the dates, as in the days of the month, except for the first day here, which is
1日。
Counting people, we use the counter
人。
But you'll notice here we have special words for one person and two people.
1人、2人。
Just watch the pronunciation of the word for four people here.
4人。
When we're counting the months of the year, you'll see that we're using the counter
ヶ月。
So you'll see here we have special pronunciations for 1 month, 6 months, 8 months and 10 months. And for hours, we have special pronunciations for 4 hours and for 9 hours. And that's the same as when you say 4 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Now, it's true that there are a lot of counters in Japanese, and this is the first video on sound changes. And in the second sound changes video, you can look at some more ways that counters change according to the number that comes before them. The thing to do with the counters is not to try and do them all at once, but split them into smaller groups and master a few, and when you've done those ones, move on to the next ones. Check further down the page here and you'll find some activities that we'd made to help you learn to say and recognize several groups of counters.
皆さん、どうですか？わかりましたか？難しくないですよね。頑張ってください。